Good morning, and welcome to Yin Yoga Wake Up on the Beach. My name is Kim, and I will be joined today by Tails, and we are here at the Oregon coast to guide you through a simple Yin Yoga flow this morning. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seat, and whatever that means to you. We're just going to spend about 5 minutes or so just in an opening breathing meditation, connecting with wherever we are, whatever is underneath us, whatever is around us, and just really arriving. So once you've found yourself in a comfortable seat, go ahead and come to a position that's comfortable for you, whatever that means, cross-legged, sitting on your heels, or if you feel more comfortable lying down, go ahead and do that. But go ahead and take an inhale breath and just draw in just a sense of peace. Maybe find yourself closing your eyes, place your hands wherever is comfortable for you, whether that be on your lap, at heart center, or somewhere else on your body. But wherever you are, just go ahead and take in the next couple breaths to think about what brought you here to this time, this place, this mat, and this class. And just go ahead and come to your mind, think about what brought you here, and set yourself an intention for class today. Whether that be to fix that knot in your neck, fix the spot in your lower back, or just cultivate some time for yourself away from whatever your daily routine is. You've taken this time for you. We have the next little bit of time together, and we'll move through a series of flows, a series of postures, and through each of them, your breath will be with you, guiding you. So spend the next couple minutes just inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Maybe you want to imagine inhaling all the way into your belly, filling it up, holding it for just a moment or two, and then exhaling out your nose, letting something go, and seeing if that begins to release any body tension, mental tension, or emotional tension that you're holding. And as we are guided through today's postures, I want to remind you that sometimes as we breathe through things and move through things, emotions can arise, and they can change our breath patterns, cause us to hold tension in our bodies more. And I would encourage you, just if you notice that, if that's happening to you, that you would just allow your exhales to maybe see if it can release a little bit of that tension. And if that means that you need to also release some emotion through tears, feel free to just allow yourself to do that as best as you can if this is a safe place and time for you. And if not, I encourage you, as always, to spend some time after class journaling or talking through something or thinking through something that came up for you. Yoga, especially Yin Yoga, is a practice of breathing in a sense of calm, peace, and ease, and letting go things that aren't of that. And so sometimes when we are moving, we're moving a lot more than just our hips and our bodies. We're moving through stuck things that we maybe didn't even realize how stuck they were. So I encourage you to allow this process and allow your breath and your movement in your body to just let the waves of things that come up wash through you, wash out of you, and just allow this practice to heal you in a way that we can do each breath throughout our day, throughout our lives. So spend the next few minutes in silence, in calm, and just think about what brought you here, and that's what will guide you through. And if at any time, through anything I'm guiding you through, it doesn't work for your body, move into something else. Yin is about experiencing waves of sensation, but never waves of pain. So everything I offer to you is simply a guide. If it doesn't work for you, do something else. Feel free to connect with me if you would like tips on how to maybe move differently into postures. I will do my best to offer modifications when possible, but you know your body, and I trust you to trust yourself. We'll spend about another minute here in this opening meditation. And if you'd like to have a visualization today in your postures as sensation arises and feels maybe a little bit uncomfortable for you, I encourage you right now to, in your mind's eye, just imagine one of your favorite places in nature. Imagine that you are seated there doing this class. Nothing is disturbing you, nothing is bothering you, and you get to just practice this class in that favorite place of yours. So travel there in your mind. Visualize everything around it. Take a breath in, imagine the smell of it. Take a breath out, creating this little safety bubble for yourself in this favorite place. And just each time that sensation arises that becomes maybe more difficult than you were expecting, just close your eyes, take a breath, and travel back to this place. You have the next bit of time to spend moving your body, breathing through things. And you at any time can close your eyes, take a breath, and just imaginarily travel to your favorite place. With the next breath, bring your hands, palms together to your heart center, pressing the hands together, imagining that you can just press in, your hands are connected. Take an inhale breath and bring your arms up over your head, hands still together, straight up over your head. Maybe you look up to the ceiling or the sky above you. And as you open your mouth, we'll begin to just exhale, drawing our hands down the sides of our body, stretching our arms out to the side. Take an inhale breath, bring them back up above us. And this time exhale, bring them down to heart center. Sealing in your intention as we begin to move into our first posture. And so for our first posture, we'll move into toes pose, which will be one of our more sensational poses. But to get there, we'll come through cat-cow, just to wake up our spine. So coming onto hands and knees, situating your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Any furry friends that are joining you might also join. And we'll take an inhale breath, looking up to the sky, dropping our bellies down to the earth. An exhale breath, looking down to the earth, arching our spine. Do this 3 more times on your own. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Once more. And then just tuck your toes underneath. Bring your knees maybe closer together. Inhale. And then exhale, sit your heels back onto your toes, walking your hands closer to your body. Maybe you want to leave them planted on the mat. Maybe you want to walk all the way back so that your spine can be seated upright. Making sure that all 10 toes are tucked underneath you. If this feels impossible to you, maybe you want to try leaving your hands on the mat in front of you. Maybe you want to place something between your heels and your seat. But wherever you are, we'll spend the next few minutes here in toes pose, waking up the bottoms of our feet. Really feeling our toes flexed in a different way than we typically move them. And just beginning to get accustomed to the idea of sitting with sensation during yin practice. Again, if at any time you feel pain, come out of this. But if you just feel a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of sensation, a lot of bit of sensation, just know that that's the pose. And also know that any version of the pose is the pose. And so the purpose of this is to spend time intentionally with our breath and our bodies moving. So move in any way that works for you. And just settle in here. Closing your eyes, coming back to that place, that intention. I'm just spending a couple more minutes here in this toes pose. Just about another minute here. Again, adjusting your body as you need to, but just knowing that we've got just a few more breaths here in this posture, and then we'll move on. Maybe you want to stretch your neck here, dropping one ear to one shoulder, breathing there for a few moments. Inhaling back up to center, and dropping the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. And inhaling back up to center. If your hands aren't already placed on the mat in front of you, go ahead and just place them down, pressing into your palms, slowly lifting up your seat so that you can untuck your toes. Bring your feet flat to the mat, noticing the blood flow change as they shift out of that position, just tapping the tops of your feet on the mat. And then just sit back on your heels for just a moment. Just going to do some neck stretches if you haven't already done them. And so we'll inhale, straightening up our spine, sitting back on our heels. You can come back to cross-legged if this isn't comfortable for you. Just inhale, straight spine. Exhale, drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Spend 3 breaths here. If you'd like to change this in any way, you can stick your left arm out to the side, straight out from the shoulder blade, and notice what that does to the sensation along the left side of your neck. Maybe you want to try looking down at your right shoulder or up at the sky above you, noticing what that does. Maybe you want to adjust the position of your left arm, moving it backwards, moving it forwards, and moving it down. Spend 2 more breaths here. Right ear drops towards right shoulder. And then place that hand back on your body. An inhale breath, bring your head back up to neutral. Just look right to left, noticing any differences in each side of your neck. Coming back to neutral, we'll drop our left ear to our left shoulder this time. Bring our right arm out to the side. Noticing what it feels like to twist our wrists up to the sky and down. Maybe looking up to the sky, looking down at that left shoulder. Picking a position that works for you. Just spend 3 breaths here on this side with our left ear drop to our left shoulder. Go ahead and dropping that right arm down. Inhale, bringing your head back up to neutral. I'm just going to stretch out the front and the back of the neck a little bit. So on an inhale breath, look up to the sky or the ceiling. Spend 3 breaths here, noticing the front of your throat, noticing the front of your chest, and noticing what it feels like to drop your head back like this. 1 more breath. And then exhale, come back to neutral. Now we're going to drop our head forward. So take an inhale breath, drop your head down. Notice what this feels like across the back of your neck. Spend 3 breaths here.